Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker will make up in 2025, inshallah. Imagine this. You have a horrible thought, something completely out of character, something that makes you feel like the worst person in the world, something you really don't want to be thinking about. Now, imagine that your brain just won't let it go. Then your mind convinces you that if you just do something very specific about it, check on what you're worried about enough, confess what you're thinking about enough, distract yourself enough, maybe that won't make it true. And the distress from that thought will just all go away. But the thought just stays stuck, and any relief that you ever get never lasts. That is what OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, is like. And I wish I had known earlier that it's nothing like the stereotypes about being particular or liking certain things organized. It's one of the most misunderstood conditions out there, and it can focus on anything. Fears of harming others, doubts about your relationship and identity, existential questions. And it often latches onto what we care about the most. The good news is that OCD is highly treatable with the right kind of therapy. Traditional talk therapy isn't recommended for OCD, and it wasn't until I started seeing a specialized therapist that things had actually gotten better for me. That is why I want to tell you guys about NoCD. NoCD connects you with a licensed therapist who specializes in OCD treatment. Their therapists are trained in a certain therapy called exposure and response prevention therapy, also known as ERP, with decades of research to prove that it is the most effective treatment for OCD. NoCD therapy is 100% virtual, so it's super convenient, and they offer always on support in between sessions, so you are never alone. Plus, NoCD is covered by insurance for over 155 million Americans, and they accept plans like United Healthcare, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and many, many more. If you think that maybe you or someone that you know is struggling with OCD, please don't wait to get help. It's the one thing that I wish that I had done sooner. Go to nocd.com to book a free call with their team to learn more. That's nocd.com to schedule a free call and learn more. OCD does not have to ruin your life forever. Believe me, there is a way out. Thank you, NoCD, for sponsoring today's video. I've been waiting a little while to make this video because it seems like the beef is never ending. It still is not ending, hence the word never ending. It is ongoing, but if I don't make this video now, then this script is just gonna keep on getting longer. And I'm sure that there's gonna be new information by the time that this video comes out. Also, if I had a nickel for every single time that I dress like sexy Dr. Phil for a video, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Would Dr. Phil ever wear these? I don't know. And I don't care. What, you want me up here in slacks? What, like I have no respect for myself? Anyway, these women, Alabama Barker and Bhad Bhabie, have so much lore to them, okay? Especially Danielle Bregoli. We will touch on this later on in the video, but I do want to make it very clear that contrary to any appropriation or any song lyrics, these 2 women are in fact Caucasian, 100% white. I just needed to make that disclaimer. We'll get into it. I can't believe that we have to get into people's whiteness, but I'm serious. We are going to get into their whiteness, truly. You may know Danielle Bregoli, also known as Bhad Bhabie, I like to say Bhad Bhabie, as Catch Me Outside girl, who is now 21 years old. Danielle Peskovic, okay, Polish, Bregoli, born March 26, 2003, known professionally as Bhad Bhabie. She's an American rapper. She's an internet star. During her appearance on Dr. Phil in 2016, this is where she coined the phrase, "Catch me outside." How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
If you were not sentient or conscious in 2016, which there's a really high chance that you were not, you may know her because of a video surfacing quite recently from the same interview where she says to her grandmother, and I quote,
Danielle, stop it.
Oh, who is you?
"Oh, who is you?"
I'm your grandmother.
Lean back, acting like you don't get up and do something. Get up and do something.
September 14, 2016, Danielle Bregoli's mom, Barbara Bregoli, takes her on to Dr. Phil for a segment titled, "I Want to Give Up My Car-Stealing, Knife-Wielding, Twerking 13-Year-Old Daughter Who Tried to Frame Me for a Crime." They appeared on the show to discuss Bregoli's behavior, which included stealing a crew member's car while the episode was being filmed, and when she became irritated at the crowd's laughter, she responded by saying to them, "Catch me outside, how about that?" This then became a meme, and Danielle Bregoli was known as the Catch Me Outside girl.
Did you say the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside?
Now, February 10th, 2017, Danielle returns to Dr. Phil show after a 100-day stay at a ranch that Dr. Phil had sent her to. Danielle said that she was being bullied online, and that's when Dr. Phil asked her if the attention she was receiving was positive or negative, and she responded,
Both.
What's good about it?
Well, I guess what's good for you is I made you just like how Oprah made you. You were nothing before I came on this show.
Thank you for that.
She then said that she would continue pursuing internet fame. She did exactly that. So Danielle took advantage of her internet fame and put out one of the best records of all time, and I'm not even being sarcastic when I say this, Gucci Flip Flops featuring Lil Yachty. I don't know what she put in that song, but she has gained everyone's respect. Her acceptance into society as being entertaining and more than just a meme. I don't know if you've ever heard the remixes on TikTok with Gucci Flip Flops, but they're to die for. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a Claro and Gucci Flip Flops remix. I love it. Now, before Billie Eilish was as big as she was actually really good friends with Danielle Bregoli. Danielle went to her premiere party for her first album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
No, like a year ago, I spent a lot of time with her. I was like always at her house.
I think she's a good artist. I mean, she got an amazing voice. Like, her voice is really like one of a kind. But then why I love her as a person is kind of like, she's just so real.
She also talked openly about how they met for the first time the day of XXXTentacion's death, which they were both very big fans of him, and how Billie went over to her house. There were even rumors that Danielle and Billie were dating each other at the time, with Billie shutting that down, going on Instagram saying, "I'm not dating Danielle. Y'all stupid. That's my baby sister." However, in 2020, when Danielle was asked if her and Billie are still friends, Danielle responded that she's not sure. Billie never texts her, even though Danielle will give her all of her new numbers, and she said that that's just what happens when bitches get famous. Now, in 2021, Danielle made a video called Bhad Bhabie Breaking Code Silence Turnabout Ranch Abuse Dr. Phil. Now, Vulture reported that Danielle Bregoli came forward with allegations of physical and mental abuse at a teen residential facility where she was sent after appearing on Dr. Phil in 2016. She begins the video by imploring Dr. Phil to issue an apology, not only to me, but to Hannah and any other child that you send to Turnabout Ranch or any other program like this. Dr. Phil sent Archuleta to Turnabout Ranch after it had been the site of a publicized murder in 2017. While Bregoli was there, what she says was traumatic for the young residents. Paris Hilton was also in a similar situation where she was sent to a Utah boarding school and described it as a living hell in a documentary. That kind of opened up the conversation about these kinds of facilities that young people are being sent to against their will, because Danielle had even said that we'll kidnap you essentially and take you blindfolded in the middle of the night and send you to these facilities to teach you a lesson, where in turn a lot of mental abuse is actually happening. And Danielle and Paris Hilton actually talked about teaming up together. And after this, a lot of people saw Danielle in a new light, because once again, a lot of people did not take her seriously during this era. Like, she was literally just a meme. Like, you could go to the mall and get hoodies that say like "Cash Me Outside." Like, she was made fun of. Like, if this photo was posted as a response on like a Facebook post, like, it was the funniest thing in the world. So for her to then make music and then gain some respect for that, and then on top of that talk about something as serious as physical and mental abuse at these institutions, a lot of people were like, wow, I think we actually did Danielle Bregoli dirty by essentially bullying her on the internet when she was but a child. Following Danielle's allegations, Dr. Phil appeared on Ashley Banfield's News Nation Prime show, Banfield, in late March and addressed the abuse allegations at Turnabout Ranch. The TV host didn't apologize or accept any blame for what the rapper says that she experienced, saying it was out of his hands.
Well, she went to Turnabout 4 or 5 years ago, and if she had a bad experience, obviously I would hate that. We'd be sorry about that, but we don't have anything to do with what happens with guests once they leave the stage. I mean, that's between the guardian and the parent and whatever facility they go to. So we're not involved in that. We don't have any feedback from them. So whatever happens once they're there, that's between them and the facility. I assume she had a problem. She filed a complaint with the proper authorities or something 5 years ago. So I really don't know much about it.
But Danielle says that that isn't true, that he doesn't have any responsibility what happens to them after they leave the stage, because her time at the ranch was supposed to be shorter than it actually was due to Dr. Phil's recommendation. Also, shortly after Danielle Bregoli turning 18 years old, she becomes the richest celebrity on OnlyFans. She was reported at the time of this article being written, she had earned over $75 million on OnlyFans, in which she joined the platform shortly after turning 18. Which is so disappointing, because you know exactly what happened. You know that a bunch of like old ass men were waiting for her to turn 18 years old. And I don't know if my head hurts because I'm thinking about that, or because if the bald cap is on too tight. Regardless, she's richer than I'll ever be. Okay, let's talk about Levon. Now, Bhad Bhabie and Levon have been dating since July 2020, and he appeared on her YouTube channel for the first time later that fall. And in December 2023, she announced that she is expecting her first child with Levon in a now deleted Instagram post, and a few months later welcomed their baby girl in March 2024. 2024 was a very, very busy month for Miss Danielle. She's a brand new mom to a baby girl. And additionally, November 8th, 2024, Danielle reveals that she has a blood cancer diagnosis after social media noticed her drastic weight loss, in which she said,
The type of cancer that I have is a blood cancer. It's not breast cancer, it's not lung cancer, it's not none of that shit that y'all been talking about. I have a blood cancer. And the only thing that it does is make my white blood cell count high.
Her family confirmed the diagnosis after a lot of speculation from people, a lot coming from Danielle getting plastic surgery during the time of her getting treatment for cancer, because a lot of people are like, how are you getting a rhinoplasty simultaneously having cancer, even though Danielle has explicitly said that she was approved to get these surgeries done. Not to mention how difficult it is to be on the internet with so many people looking at you and viewing your body and having something to say about your body, comments concerning your weight that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, and feeling the need to share a diagnosis that maybe she wouldn't have ever shared to begin with. So a few months ago, there was this video where Levon, her boyfriend, was recording her asking when she would give him more children.
We have one kid and we're gonna have how many more?
2.
When?
After my treatment.
What treatment?
After my medicine. We gotta wait until after my medicine.
2 more? But I want 10 kids. 2 down, 8 to go.
You just gonna have with anybody?
I hate that saying. I hate the saying of like women giving men children. But a lot of speculation was happening around this time because people were like, is Danielle safe? Like, is she okay? She looks so extremely uncomfortable. While he's asking like, when are you gonna give me another child? What medication? What medicine? What treatment? What's going on? And it honestly was weird to watch because we don't normally see Danielle like that. Granted, she is in a personal private space, like in bed with her boyfriend. Nonetheless, still an uncomfortable watch. On top of that, Danielle's been gaining a lot of sympathy about the people who she is surrounded with, not necessarily by choice. Not only the father of her daughter, but also her mother, Barbara Brigoli. On Ava Radikowski's podcast, which I need to check in if she still does that podcast, Danielle admits that on her 19th birthday, she found out that her mother, Barbara, had been emailing the Dr. Phil show since Danielle was only 2 years old. And when Emily asked what her mother wrote that got her on the show, she didn't know. She did say that her manager was the one who discovered that her mother had been emailing Dr. Phil since Danielle was a baby. I barely walked, Danielle noted. What the fuck was I doing that was that bad? And Danielle says, my mom is a very narcissistic person. And you know narcissists, they like a crowd figuratively and literally, they like a crowd. When trying to reason why her mom would want her to go on Dr. Phil so badly. That was also the thing back then in like the 2010s, not so much now. If you were having a problem in your life, a lot of family issues were brought to Dr. Phil, sometimes with well-meaning intentions from the family, but we then found out with so many families later on that the intentions were not good at all. It was for their 15 minutes of fame, for the potential money grab, and to be on television. Oftentimes not in the best interest for so many of these children, or for these very vulnerable individuals who could have very much so benefited from private therapy rather than being put on a stage and televised with their trauma for everybody to see, and for that to always be on the internet forever and always. February of this year, Danielle posted a video of her in a physical altercation with her mom that she later ended up taking down. Not an easy watch. Very, very violent. Bhad Bhabie said, y'all think I condone this shit? I don't. The catalyst here, Bhad Bhabie says that her mom called her late black friend a monkey. Now, according to TMZ, sources close to Barbara say that she never called anyone a racial slur, and that the video was from last July, shortly after Danielle released a clip of her being assaulted by her baby daddy, Levon, which we will get into. We hear that they were arguing because Levon's mother wanted Danielle to attend her pal's funeral, but Barbara didn't, partially due to Levon being there and Barbara having issues with the deceased friend. Danielle attended the funeral against her mom's wishes, and her and Barbara have since made up and even spent Christmas together. Now, Barbara claims that she thinks that Levon had been encouraging Danielle to release the video under false pretenses with the ultimate goal of isolating her from her family. Whether or not I think that is true, that is something that happens in abusive relationships, is isolation from family. Regardless of what I think about any of these people involved, you cannot deny the abuse that is happening between Danielle and Levon. Danielle claimed online that she was done with Levon for good, which she then deleted the post, which a rep said to TMZ that he has been a strong source of support for Danny and their daughter throughout her cancer journey, which is their main concern. Now we have to talk about Levon. We don't know a lot about him personally. What we do know is that he's 26 and dating Danielle Brigoli. They've been dating on and off for 5 years. If we are doing the math, Danielle Bregoli would have been 17 when she met him when he was around 21. I don't love that. Whether or not that is the case, there's a lot of concerning things happening in this relationship, such as a huge tattoo of his face on her leg, which she is not happy with, mind you. Now, in July 2024, Danielle reportedly posted graphic footage of herself allegedly being abused by her ex-boyfriend and the father of her child, Levon. Absolutely not an easy watch. I do not recommend. That is not entertainment. But fans circulated the screen recordings online after the videos were deleted from Danielle's Instagram story shortly after they were posted on Sunday. And as you can see, this is kind of a common theme. Danielle posting something, especially about Levon, and then it's shortly after getting deleted. In the clip, security camera footage appears to show Danielle being forcibly slammed to the ground by a man she identified as Vaughn. Another video showed the man pushing Bregoli down to the ground and shoving her with his knee. Then later on, her showing photos of what her face looked like after this incident. This man think he's gonna take my daughter from me, say whatever you want, but trying to take my baby is crazy, she reportedly wrote. So Danielle showed up a close-up image of injuries to her face, including a swollen and bruised eye. Unclear if the injuries were from the incidents from the video or from another incident. Now, Danielle did post this to her story, which I find absolutely heartbreaking. I love that man more than I love myself, and it's honestly really sad, but unfortunately this is real life, and I know the easy way out is to leave, and that's better said than done. This doesn't happen this extreme often, but Levon definitely has a problem. He's going to get the help he needs. Right now, there's no room for mistakes, and he knows that. Whoever says they are there for me will be supportive of me no matter what I choose to do. Y'all know I give a motherfucker hell, but there's no excuse for that at all whatsoever. My point in sharing this wasn't to attack him, it was for him to see what he does is wrong and take accountability and make a real change. If you have to post a video of your partner being physically abusive towards you, extremely violent, in order for him to see what he does is wrong, because he will 100% get backlash from the general public, and it is hopefully embarrassing for him, that man should not be with anybody at all. If you do not recognize that what you are doing is awful without it even being posted online, I don't know. And I really feel for her, because it seems like she's stuck in the cycle of abuse. She even mentioned the easy way out is to leave. Her even admitting in a video that her and Levon will get physical, especially when they drink, and trying to justify it by saying that she cheated first because she asked for a guy to pick her up when they were getting physical one time. This idea of being a loyal woman.
Y'all know why I don't leave my man? Because I'm in my man's head and I know why he does the things he does. Y'all never been that locked in a relationship where you understand why your partner do the things that they do.
Because she says that she knows why he does the things that he does is just extremely sad, and no man, especially not a cheating, abusive man, deserves that type of defense to this extent. There's zero excuse for what he does.
And you like it.
I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way.
And you don't think that will ever change?
But you know what's crazy? Levon won't hit me no more. Like, I see
That's
him
good.
like he want to, but he won't hit me no more. I say, yeah, motherfucker, we got cameras everywhere. I'm posting your ass.
Regardless if there is any retaliation, this is clearly a relationship that should not be happening. And it's very clear to see that she is stuck in this endless cycle. Which then leads us to, who is Alabama Barker? Alabama Luella Barker, born December 24th, 2005, is Travis Scott, the drummer of Blink-182, and also Shanna Moakler's An American Model's daughter. Now, who is Travis Barker married to now? Kourtney Kardashian. Yum yum. I cannot stop quoting this girl's videos, who just constantly, her Kourtney Kardashian voice, I cannot shut up saying it. Yum yum. This croissant is so yum yum. Is that yogurt organic? Hi. Yum yum. So Alabama Barker is now in the Kardashian universe. She's 19 years old, and her lore is that she's always known for getting ready. I'm not kidding. That is the thing that people tend to make fun of Alabama Barker the most for, is that like she's always getting ready, and like where is she going? Like, why does she always have a glam team?
Damn it, Jay. Hi guys, how are you? In my Get Ready With Me. Just the T3 curler. I put a little bit of baking powder, milk. It's like
She clearly loves makeup. She loves all things glam, but 9 times out of 10, if you're going to check in on what she's doing online, she is getting ready for some sort of event. Like, basically her whole entire life is a get ready with me. However, her lore is not as crazy. She's lived a very sheltered, affluent lifestyle with being the daughter of Travis Barker. However, Alabama Barker and Danielle Bregoli were in fact friends, with Danielle Bregoli being at Alabama Barker's birthday party. We don't know too much about their friendship, but we do know that they were friends. I hate to tell you guys this, but they are no longer friends. I don't know if you guys got that from this video, but they are not friends. My least favorite drama ever. In December 2024, Bhad Bhabie claimed that Alabama Barker took her boyfriend. Alabama Barker responded with an Instagram statement that people do not think that she wrote herself, okay, in which she says, to put it simply, Levon deceived me. Something I have evidence of, including messages claiming he wasn't actually Levon, that he was single, and that he didn't have an Instagram account. Before pointing fingers at me, I suggest looking at the source. I also suggest looking at the source that she was like 18 years old and he was 26. My head hurts. I hate this man. I hate everyone. Alabama continued, it's clear that he is manipulating her, feeding her a distorted narrative to justify his behavior. His actions reveal a lack of respect and consideration for others, and it's painful to witness her continue to support him despite this. But alas, this did not stop Bhad Bhabie from dropping her first Alabama diss track in January of this year. In the song Overcooked, Bhad Bhabie implies that Alabama Barker was romantically involved with Soulja Boy, who is literally old enough to be her fucking dad, and also that she had gotten pregnant with Tyga. Tyga is 35 years old and the biggest creep in the entire world. Alabama, 19, Tyga, 35. Now, to connect all the lore even more, Alabama Barker's stepmother, Kourtney Kardashian, is sisters with Kylie Jenner, who at the time was 18 and dating Tyga, and potentially even before she was 18. Tyga has this long list of being the worst man alive and somehow always getting beautiful women. There's reports right now that he's with a star from Riverdale. I'm so confused why this man isn't actually in jail yet, but Tyga was very quick to shut this down, however, saying, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I have never had any sort of physical relationship with Alabama. It's honestly ridiculous. I even have to address it. Is it really that ridiculous? Is it really that ridiculous, considering that you were literally grooming Kylie Jenner and at her parties and hanging out with her and her family when she was literally like a teenage girl? Is that really ridiculous that you have to address? I don't think it's that ridiculous. I think if anything, it's actually very expected of you. It seems like you are constantly having to defend yourself against this. I would say it's routine. Now I present to you a reading of Overcooked by Bhad Bhabie. Bitch, you want my life. You want the dick I get. You want to worship the ground I walk on because you idolize me, bitch. Get it right or don't get it at all. Oh, you mad because you want him and ain't get nothing. But you love him. This bitch a dummy. Oh, you want him and ain't get nothing? This bitch stupid. Thought I was about to get mad and dump him. Never. Danielle, stand up. Girl, stand up. Danielle, stand up. Danielle, girl, stand up. Oh my God. 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 I was about to tell myself, like, Nicole, don't stress about this. This isn't real life, but it is real life. Backstabbing ass little bitch. Can't wait to crash you, bitch. When I get my hands on a bitch, make her look like a brand new bitch. Go and ask daddy for some money. Everybody knows that's how you get it. I can't even lie. Like, I wish I was Alabama Barker for that, because I have gotten $0 from my father. Not because he doesn't have any money, but because he's never paid child support. Everybody know this bitch weird. Everybody know that I'm the biggest hating ass hoe trying to steal my baby daddy. Fucking on it. And got you pregnant. Try to play me close, backdoor me, seen it coming, did all that for nothing, bitch. He's still gonna come right back. Bhad Bhabie, stand up, girl. You're such an airhead dummy, bitch. You can't put your lawyers on me because everything I'm saying is factual. Everything is the truth. You need daddy's money to fuck with me, more like stepmommy's money, because I got more money than your daddy, little girl, which might be true. She did get a lot of money from OS. She is a businesswoman. And Blink-182 just is not in their prime. I'm sorry. Now, Alabama did go on Instagram to deny these allegations, saying, to be clear, I've never been pregnant and never had an abortion and have never been alone with Tyga or Soulja Boy, which in Alabama's defense, granted, even if any of those things did happen to her, she's a victim. The fact that those allegations could even come about. Soulja Boy and Tyga have a long list of women that they have been predators towards, so I would not necessarily say that that is something that she should have to like defend against. Alabama did say, I won't continue to entertain this nonsense, but this will be the last time I address pathetic lies. As for music, a diss track is coming soon. I can see how those two statements are contradictory. Alabama decided to write her own diss track titled Crybaby, spelled B-H-A-B-I-E. Honestly, really good title. She also calls Bhad Bhabie a Dr.Phil loser bitch. Couldn't believe what my eyes seen scrolling up on IG. Can't believe I heard a diss track. This hoe don't like me. Dog bitches doing all that barking but won't bite me. Ain't gotta lift a finger if she trying to fight me. My life a movie. Daddy Spike Lee. Travis told me, go and turn up. It's given hype beast. Girl. Smoke to me is like an exercise, so tread lightly. I was out in LV and LV tried to pipe me. I can't even cap. I didn't know he was your BD. Granted, they were friends. Anyway, I told Twin to chill. He said, you sweeter than some kiwi. I'm coming for your heads, all you bitches gotta see me. This sweet life ain't on TV, yeah. Wish I could beat your ass through the phone on 3D. Bet if I had caught you outside, it would be free me. Like Big Meech, you want smoke because he tried to eat me. Only smoke you got is out of that vape, bitch. Mind you, Alabama Barker did get hospitalized because she tried quitting vaping. I can't lie. I can't make fun of her too much. To literally go to the hospital for nicotine withdrawal, I can't make fun of that too much. I overdosed on THC. What's up with all the hate, bitch? No love for you. I hate fake shit. Ass shots are off, and I can tell by the way you shake it. You said I'm a clone, like I copied and pasted. I'm too like getting white girl wasted. Baby off them perks down bad, crying on the gram, bitch, you going out sad. Her man want me now, this bitch about to crash. Yeah, I bet I know some shit that you ain't ever known. Your best friend and your baby daddy, they be getting it on, and the sad part about it, you still gonna bring him home, and the funny thing about it, he's still be on my phone popping shit like Fanta. You talk a lot on camera. You really asked that man, should I dye my hair like Bama? The pills you got higher turned you to a liar. You must be TMZ, bitch. Don't make me call Lil Tyga. Wow, that's a crazy ass sound. If I had a bald head, I would make that sound all the time. Then that bitch better come correct. On the realist last time I checked, host trying to play innocent, can't tolerate no disrespect, like the stove, like what's the tea, lied about some pregnancy, just want to be in my family tree down bad, it's hard to see. Bitches be talking about me, but having babies they're not watching, babysitter have an ass bitch, like how's Telon your best friend but fucked your baby daddy, I bet you didn't know that, bitch, you've been a fan, you've been that, you can't outdo the doer, bitch. Oh my god, why can't the girls just get along? Why can't they just hug? Why can't they just kiss and make up? Oh my god, I feel like I kind of have the power to bring people back together. I was somehow able to have Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo make up. I wished for them to kiss and make up. And look, they were speaking to each other at the Grammys. That was all my doing. Who knows, maybe even Kendrick and Lamar will kiss and make up. I hope not. Please, girlies, for me. Do it for mommy. So then Bhad Bhabie comes back with the song Miss Whitman. Now the song Miss Whitman references Alabama Barker's name, which was inspired by the character Alabama Whitman from the 1993 film True Romance. And if you have not heard this song, basically it samples Kanye West's song Carnival. Do you see how this is all connected? Danielle used her step-uncle's step-uncle. Danielle used Alabama's step-uncle as a sample in her diss track against her because Alabama's stepmother is Kourtney Kardashian, who is sisters with Kim Kardashian, who is previously with Kanye West. Why this bitch obsessed with me, I just don't understand. You suck the dick straight out my ass. Who got the upper hand? I see why you ain't got no friends. You're miss, I'll fuck your man. Your stepmom burnt out. Why she took your sister's second hand. Oh. For reference, if you did not know this, Kim Kardashian and Travis Barker did have a thing. Travis Barker was kind of obsessed with Kim Kardashian. They did not end up working out, and then Travis Barker ended up with Kourtney Kardashian. That's a crazy lie. Keep my baby daddy name out your fucking mouth before I Will Smith it. This hoe belong in the zoo. See, I don't understand. She fucked on Tyga killing babies. I seen the sonogram. We are pro-choice here. Flex like me, wanna be just like me, but I got plaques on plaques on plaques like Soulja Boy teeth. And then she did post a photo of Soulja Boy's teeth. Okay. Dye your hair like me, weird bitch, not me. They fucked you back to back to back. That could never be me. Almost overdosed on a vape. Nobody ain't call about you. Damn Alabama, you a tramp Alabama. Wave this drac out the window. God's plan Alabama. Simon says stomp your feet, move your hands Alabama. Baby says I'm up in the street like here I am Alabama. People really love her for this song a lot. You really dumb enough to think I'll tell you anything, you dumb dirty hoe. I wouldn't tell you the color socks I have on. So after hearing the song and hearing that a sample from Kanye West's song was in this, Kanye West had to go on the record and say that he originally cleared the sample because he clears all sample requests, reasoning that so many people try to stop me and stop clearances.
Yo, none in the middle, none of this AI beef, people throwing my voice on things, the whole carnival sample. I just talked to Travis Barker. I would never be in the middle. I don't even know what's going on.
Danielle still has yet to respond to Kanye's accusation that she used AI to add his verse to the song. Additionally, this music video got a lot of attention because people were saying that Danielle dressed to look just like Alabama, full beat and glam. Additionally, having the drummer in the background be a Travis Barker lookalike who she twerked on. 2025 is so fun. Now, most recently, the song OG Crash Out coming along with the music video coming out from Bhad Bhabie. OG Crash Out with the drum, I blink 182 shots. You the crybaby, you calling yay about the last diss I dropped. You keep running back to your daddy. I don't know when I last seen my pops. I just killed you on my 3rd diss and my last one's still hot. All them whips you see my last video ain't none of them shit props. Bitch, you scared you posting up Big Mama like she with you, bitch. You weird. Miss Piggy used to be fat before Ozempic. Use a bop bop bop, trying to use me for my name. If I crash out, Mama crash out too. We got the same DNA. You worry about baby killing this baby when that baby killing them babies. Guess you really ain't daddy's baby. I'ma show you how to be a lady. Bitch, I ain't tripping if your foot out. Surround yourself with blacks, but still ain't invited to the cookout, cracker bitch. In this music video, Bhad Bhabie is wearing lemonade braids. She has been accused many times of cultural appropriation, which I will read her responses to very soon. But what a crazy thing to refer to black people as blacks. Very crazy to use the term cracker bitch as a diss towards another white lady when you yourself are a white lady. This line is not going over well though on social media because a lot of people are like, why did she say that? How you born rich and acting ratchet, you moving backwards, how you got Atlanta accent, you fool me, you're from Calabasas. So Alabama Barker did respond to that last music video. Not only did Bhad Bhabie have an Alabama lookalike in the video who is getting ready the entire video, like doing her makeup and everything. Alabama Barker then posted a video with a caption saying, "Did I get called a cracker bitch by another white woman? Call us Cracker Barrel hoe." And now Alabama is teasing a new diss track that is coming, which is mentioning Danielle's baby Callie. With the line, 18 years later, you gon' see little Callie. He was fucking for a bag and now you're here, little Callie.
18 years later, you gon' see little Callie. He was fucking for a bag, now you here, little Callie.
Referring to Levon using Danielle for money and having their baby simply just for money. As you can expect, Danielle and her mother did not like this because you are talking about a child, with Barbara Bregoli saying, "This little dirty ass hoe Arkansas still talking about my granddaughter, yet her daddy has a whole new family. Rocky rules while you're just on your knees." Rocky is Travis Barker's and Kourtney Kardashian's like 1 year old or something. At Travis Barker, you better put your little hoe in her place before she gets a reality check. She comes for my granddaughter and I come for your little one. Not the smartest thing to do to publicly threaten a child. Kentucky has to keep her comments, I can't get over that, her naming her every single name except Alabama. Kentucky has to keep her comments limited due to her insecurities. Little girl wants to be hood. Take her to Compton, see how that goes. And Danielle Bregoli's father, Ira Peskowitz, go Poland. He has Polish representation. He warns, "I don't have a dog in this fight, but need be, I have a pack of wolves that would put shame to the Twilight Saga." I would be like, "Dad, take that down. Dad, actually take that down. That is so embarrassing. You need to take that down right now." Like, Dad, please. At that point, I would be speaking Polish to him. "Tatuś, proszę, skasuj to." There's this great article, Girls United Essence by Daniela Johnson, titled "Let's Talk About It. Is the Real Beef Between Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker Appropriation?" I highly recommend that you give all of it a read. In which Daniela writes, "Unfortunately, West's statement is a clear indication that the root of this beef isn't imitation, it's appropriation. This rap beef is only popular because of its proximity to black culture and its mention of the Kardashian family. Both parties are accusing the other of imitation without realizing they're both imitating black women while using black men as pawns in their beef, regardless of any truth behind the allegations." And though Barker has not yet responded to Miss Whitman, Bregoli already teased a new video snippet of her latest diss track, OG Crash Out, which is now out, which features Bregoli with lemonade braids dancing around an Alabama Barker lookalike. Her braids speak to an age-old issue regarding the appropriation of black hairstyles being acceptable on everyone except black women. Because as we know, many workplaces, schools, corporations, even the fucking military in which you are serving for, you cannot have certain hairstyles because they are deemed unprofessional, yet white women get away with it. From Barker showing off her grills in Crybaby, Bregoli's braids in OG Crash Out, and the incessant use of African-American vernacular English, AAVE, it appears that both women have this desire to present this authentic connection to rap culture. However, the only real difference between Danielle Bregoli and Alabama Barker is generational wealth, which is very true. Danielle Bregoli did not grow up with a lot of money, and they're very open about that, with her mom being a single mother, perhaps maybe even looking to get on Dr. Phil to help out their financial situation, with Alabama Barker never having to worry about $1 a day in her life. Although Bregoli's visibility dates back to 2013, the clout both women are arguing about doesn't belong to either of them. In reality, the clout in question comes from their proximity to Black culture. Alabama Barker has been getting called out on the internet, especially the last few years with her more rise to her personal fame of her use of AAVE, the way that she does her hair, the way that she does her makeup, and the way that she interacts with Black people around her. While Danielle has also been called out for many years now about appropriating Black culture, which it doesn't seem like she has learned a lot from all the people who have called her out on it, including Little Yachty. A few years ago, she posted to her story, "To all the Black females that are saying my hair ain't meant for box braids, guess the fuck what? Y'all hair ain't meant to be straight, but y'all glue whole wigs onto your heads, and so Brazilian, Indian, Peruvian hair, which is anything like your natural hair texture at all, and I don't say a goddamn thing. Neither do the other cultures that you get the hair from. And on top of that, I'm not one of the people who has ever made fun of or said anything bad." Oh my God, she really didn't use punctuation. Oh my God. "I'm not one of the people who has ever made fun of or said anything bad about girls with box braids or any type of braids. I completely agree that would be out of line and cultural appropriation if I was trashing Black girls for wearing braids, them getting them, but that's not the situation at all. So leave me the fuck alone or I'm gonna start getting real disrespectful." There are some amazing videos out there online talking more about cultural appropriation, especially with white women appropriating Black hairstyles and why it is so extremely damaging, especially when a lot of these hairstyles are so frowned upon when Black women wear them. If you don't understand that subject fully, highly recommend checking out these videos talking about it so that if you may not understand, you can get a better idea of why people are upset about this. That line often seems to come back about how, well, your hair isn't straight and you're appropriating that, or your hair is blonde and you're appropriating that, as if Black people are incapable of having straight hair or having blonde hair. It's just a very tired argument and failing to see the bigger picture within it all. She says, "I love the way I look, plus your man agrees, and we all know I look fine as fuck with any hairstyle I do from any culture because I'm just that bitch. I hope y'all bald-headed hoes stay up all night thinking about this. Me and my braids gonna sleep real good." Ultimately, some people are going to be team Bhad Bhabie, and some people are going to be team Alabama Barker, and some people are going to see both of these women as culture vultures, appropriating culture that isn't theirs simply for the sake of lifting up their careers, which will one day probably inevitably have some sort of personal rebrand, as do a lot of these people when they realize that it's no longer effective for their careers. The Kardashians have done it. Many other white artists have done it. I would not be surprised if that is Danielle Bregoli and Alabama Barker's journey one day as well. However, most recently, Alabama Barker hard launched her new boyfriend, who's a UCLA football player.
No, this is mine. Okay.
And Lavon got shot in the pinky at a strip club. So we're still waiting for Alabama Barker's diss track, but it's not looking like it's ending anytime soon. If I have an update, maybe I will provide you with it. The only update I have to give is that I completely forgot to tell you guys that Trisha Paytas sat in the exact same seat as Danielle Bregoli.
Thanks for joining us.
Everything is always connected. Here's the basis of what you needed to know. I gotta be honest, I gotta consume this kind of drama very sparingly because it melts my brain a little bit. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure that you leave it a like because that helps me out so much. Leave a comment if there's anything that I missed out on. Also, make sure you subscribe if you want to be nasty. If not, you're disgusting. Also, make sure to have your bell notifications on so you know every single time I post or else you're gross. I'm currently on tour. Maybe potentially the thought of maybe more dates being added. Oh my. Tour is so fun. So if you're watching this while I'm still on the road, Chicago, Toronto, and Boston, I will see you soon. If you want to follow me on my other social media, Instagram, Twitter, Depop, Spotify, it's just at Nicole Rafiee. And if you want to follow me on my TikToks, at Nikki Nasty. Also, check out the podcast. I'm gonna go now. I can't keep living like this anymore. Like, this is a very itchy life, and I deserve better. I feel really vulnerable now.